Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves a Scrap, and today I'm bringing you some layouts that I've created for the Scrapping Good Time scrapping group here in Australia on Facebook, but it does have worldwide people as well, using our April's inspiration gallery that I have put together with this layout from my very good friend Diane, who allowed us to lift it this month. And here is my one in this video. However, I have done it in multiple ways to show how versatile this layout is. So here's the first one, and I have done it exactly as per the layout, following all of the elements with the 3 clusters, the 3 photos, the tags, and the borders across the page there. So that's my first take on that layout. That was us at the Easter Fair show recently. Then I have turned the sketch and, as you can see, turned the layout. And this is Diane with me one day when we're up near her house going to a scrapbook shop for the day. And I've done the same thing. I've used the tags, I've used the 3 photos, I've got my clusters. And I've put that together, and as I said, Diane allowed us to use her sketch or her layout as our inspiration this month. So thank you, Di, for that. So she is the person that got me into scrapbooking all those years ago, and I thank her most kindly for it. This one here is another take on it, and I've turned it again and flipped it, I think, this time. And this was my daughter's wedding. That emu was totally mesmerised my son-in-law's boutonniere. Just wanted to take it. So we've got lots of photos of this emu following him around the whole day, so it's quite good. This one here, I've taken it again and I've just rotated it and turned it down, moved the tags over to the sides, and I have my 3 photos and my clusters, and I've got it CC there because they're my CCs. That's Clover and Charlie. And it's quite funny because Charlie doesn't even get affected by Clover climbing on her cage. They just sort of blend together. I've put in my borders, but this time I used washi on this one. So I've used some fabric flowers as well, the mulberry paper, to create that layout. And today this is the one we're going to work through the process to show you how versatile this layout was and how I could use it multiple ways to produce very similar yet very different looking layouts. So this one I'm going to use 4 photos, and one of them I'm going to turn into a panel of photos. So I found this great pink fresh papers in my stash, and they already have some tags in it which are going to be helpful for my layout. Instead of cutting my own tags, I'm actually just going to use the tags of this cut apart sheet, which is really helpful. And then I loved this ombre check or ombre diamond pattern, and I'm going to use the grey on the back as well. And this striped paper here is going to be my base, and I do like that background, so I do gut it because I intentionally was going to use it in the layout, but I haven't, but I will use it somewhere down the track. Now, some people get hung up with not having the right colours and the right bits together, but this one came together nicely with my colours. And as you can see, I forgot to take off the branding strip of the Kaisercraft cardstock. Please make sure you do that, or they won't fit in your albums. I'm cutting down this layout, this background, just 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and then I've gutted it, as I said, because I was going to use the inside black and white, but then I chose not to. Now, as I said, people get stuck with the colouring. My border page is not exactly the same colour, but it is pretty similar. So when you put it into the layout, you can't tell the difference. So I'm just using a border punch. It's a star and a jagged edge to add some interest to this layout, which is quite flat at the moment, as you can tell by the colours, but that's okay because it comes together in the end. And I'm using the grey to pop it and lift that blue off the striped background. So that's just adding a little bit of a twist to the actual original layout. But she does have borders in hers if you look closely at the original one. I'm layering up my photos. I mount them so that they come up off the page, and as I can see, the green there, even though it's not exactly the same shade as the greens in the papers, it does blend nicely because it's of the tonal range. And I've just trimmed that down to make that double photo mat so that it comes together as one photo. Now I'm just selecting the tags around the page, and I'm really sorry that you don't see me cutting off page, but I mean that's boring anyway. I'm just cutting around the tags, and they're the ones I'm going to use, and I'm fussy cut those in instead of creating my own this time. So I'm just trimming them up, making sure they're right. Next I'm going to start placing it, and I realise that I really need my photos in place before I add these little bits permanently. Because then I change it. See, I pull it up because I'm not happy with the placement. So I go back to putting my photos in, and so I've got my two portrait and my one landscape, which is what is on the original layout, and I put those into place. And it doesn't matter that they're not exact. Every layout is an individual. You start with a springboard and then you move off and be okay that it's different, because different is good. Just doesn't mean it's wrong, it just means it's different, and we're all our own individual scrappers, and that's the best thing about it. That's what I like. And especially when you do a scrap lift, you make it your own. I'm adding in this little tag here as the part that you'll see is from the layout. I'm putting in my tags here to the edge. That's what I couldn't quite line up properly. I'm covering up that border, and it doesn't matter, it looks like it's fading into the blue. And I'm just making sure that I have my two tags in place. This one I'm using as my journaling, and it will be a pull-out one. Even though I don't have the pull on it, you will know, or people will know, that it is loose because it will move a little bit in the page, but that's okay as well. And I've just written a story about Cody out on the kayak out on the river and enjoying herself for her first time with her Christmas present that I bought her last year. Okay, so I'm using this Pink Fresh sticker set just to build up elements around the page, choosing the most appropriate that suit the photos and the story of the day. They really are an outdoorsy set, however, there are quotes in there that do fit the page and can be used in female or male or outdoorsy or just anywhere really, and that's the best part about Pink Fresh. They have such variety in their ephemera arrangements. So I went out and I found all these different flowers that I thought I could use in this layout, just to soften it and to build my clusters. So I've gone and got mulberry paper flowers and leaves, which I am playing with at the moment, as you can see, to get the best arrangement that I'm happy with. Don't actually like the leaf up there, so I pull it down here and tuck it down on the bottom, and you can see that it sits nicer and it hugs that sticker and makes it all fit close together. Then I move over to this side, and once again I play with the flowers until I find the most appropriate arrangement. And this is the thing, there's no plan when I do mine. I just grab what I think might be okay on the element on the pages and add the elements bit by bit until I'm happy with the arrangement. I build layered and nestled elements. I tuck and manipulate and move, and then when I'm happy, that's when I go in and I stick it down. So as you can see, this layout is coming together quite easily. It's not a terribly difficult layout, but it is an effective layout, and you've seen how I've used it multiple ways to produce very different effects each time. This is now how I'm happy with this arrangement, so I am gluing it down. I'm using tacky glue, very good. It's acid free, so it doesn't matter if it goes over the top of your photos. And remember, it is okay to layer over the top of your photos. There is a lot of white space, or what we call dead space, in photos, and it's great to cover them up with elements and build them in so that the whole page is connected. I'm using my Nuvo dots here to put in my 3 dots. They're my signature, what I put on all my pages. And now I'm just using a bronzy coloured pen. It's a gel pen, and I'm doing some faux stitching, and this one is a zigzag. So all the way around I'm tying this together. So I'm fastening the background to the frames, and it looks like it's sewn in, but it's not. It's faux stitching, and it's just a zigzag pattern across the page. Very easy to do, looks effective, ties it all in nicely, and just finishes it off. I like to, even though I have that framing, I still like to have a bit of an edge into my layout so that it looks finished. And I'll go all the way around all 4 edges there. As I said, I have done this multiple ways. There are lots of different ways. When you do a scrap lift, you can just take what you see, the main elements of the layout, and build it and make it your own. My friend Di is the one that taught me. She, all those years ago, I used to sit and watch her scrap for hours, and then finally she convinced me to start. And we still get together and we like to scrap together, and it's really good fun. And we have 9 children between us, and she now has 8 grandchildren, so she has lots to scrap. But yeah, it's a hobby of which I am very grateful she introduced me to. So I was very happy that she allowed us to scrap lift her this month over on the Facebook page. So there you can see my tag tucked in. It's got my journaling on it. I have those stickers in the corners. I've built my embellishment clusters to match hers. I've got the tags in there, and that's how that layout has come together. And I'm quite happy with that, and the colour choices are great. They are just perfect for this page. Thanks for having a look at it. As you can see, I hope there's something here that inspires you. You can check us out over on the Facebook page. It's a great page for Australian scrapbookers and the world to see what we're like. I'm Kathy from Kathy Loves Scrap. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, where all my layouts can be seen. And I hope once again to see you very soon. Happy scrapping until next time. Bye now.